Thanks,
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy, he is warning today delays at the airports could intensify now amid the government shutdown and a rise in air traffic controllers calling out after missing their first paychecks.
I think the real consequence is what kind of rolling delays do you have throughout the system, right? We've seen problems at LA, in Dallas, in DC, Boston, Atlanta. And so I think it's only going to get worse.
NewsNation's Jorge Ventura live at Los Angeles International Airport with much more on all of this. Jorge, good evening.
Hey, good evening, Kelly. Yeah, we're already starting to see some major delays in the U.S.'s majors and most busiest airports across the country, many of them facing those staffing shortages with air traffic controllers. Now, the FAA says that heading into the weekend, they were already experiencing a massive surge of call-outs. That was putting a strain on staffing levels at multiple facilities across the country, causing that widespread impact. Now, the FAA says that right now, air traffic controllers are working without pay and that they are under immense stress and pressure and fatigue. And one of those major airports right now experiencing a big delay is Newark Airport. Earlier today, Newark Airport announcing a ground delay in flights there. The average delay is around 2 hours, with some flights delaying up to 3 hours. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy did react to that news earlier today, saying on next quote, for those traveling in and out of Newark, expect significant delays. We have to reduce flight volumes to maintain safety. This is exactly what Senator Schumer and Representative Jeffries want, to inflict maximum pain on the American people. The moment they stop putting illegals' healthcare over controller pay is the moment our airspace gets back to normal. Now, one of the hardest hit regions right now is New York, where 80% of air traffic controllers were out on Friday. Also on Halloween Friday, New York's LaGuardia Airport, 50% of their flights were delayed and at least 12% ended up being canceled. Out of Washington, D.C., their flights also were delayed around 140 minutes on average, and a quarter of their flights ended up being canceled. Now, airlines across the country are still bracing for more potential flight disruptions at the Burbank Airport, which also experienced delays. NewsNation spoke with a retired air traffic controller, Tammy Johnson, who was taking her dad to the airport.
It's just a shame. I mean, the controllers are overworked and underpaid. When it happened 6 years ago, I was one of the controllers that had to work with no pay. It's just an absolute shame, and to call in sick because they're mentally exhausted.
Now, in a statement, the FAA says, quote, we continue to reiterate, we will never compromise on safety when staffing shortages occur. The FAA will reduce the flow of air traffic to maintain safety. This also may result in delays or cancellations. Right now, Austin Airport issuing a ground delay there with the average delay flight of 40 minutes. But the major delay coming out of Newark today, that average delay is around 218 minutes. So far today, Kelly, here in the LAX, for the West Coast travelers, they haven't seen any of those big delays that we're seeing in the East Coast. But an important figure is that 80% of that New York region is impacted so far. East Coast travelers, something to pay attention to, especially if you have a flight out of Newark Airport.
Yeah, a lot of folks are caught up in these snags. All right, Jorge, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.